All right, hello and welcome to my second workout video of my new routine. So, since I'm doing full body workouts, I learned to group things by setup and not by body part. So, I'm starting off with leg lifts. This is my ab exercise. This is to work the lower abs. I have the bench on a decline setting, and so now that I do everything by setup, I'll do all my decline exercises together. So those are done, and now I'm going to my second decline, which will be leg curls for the back of the legs. And it's interesting, like looking at myself because, as always, I hate the way I look. And even though I've lost 56 pounds, I don't see a difference. I just see fat and ugly. Although 242 pounds is still obese. Not morbidly obese, but still obese. Um, so, and I got 50 pounds loaded. Um, so, yeah, I do those for about 10 reps. Um, Basically, I go to failure. Once I hit 12, then I'll add more weight. But yeah, this is all still rebuilding. I lost a lot of strength, and so I'm just trying my best to get back to where I was. Um, yeah, that's the big thing. When you're really overweight, when you're morbidly obese or obese, even when you lose a lot of weight, you're still going to be either morbidly obese or obese like I am, and it's not going to look like you did anything. So it can get very discouraging at times. Right now I'm doing decline press. There's 140 pounds on the bar. I do that for 12 times this one. So next week I am adding more weight because, like I said in the last video, the idea is to keep my reps between 10 and 12. So once I can do a weight for 12 times, I know it's time to add weight. And the great thing about full body workouts is that you're hitting every single muscle group. And so if something happens and you can't do all three workouts, you still hit your entire body. Now, in case you're wondering why I'm doing leg extensions like that, the best way to do leg extensions is to get your knee lined up with the pivot point of the machine. So this is the only setup which actually allows me to get my knees lined up with the pivot point. Um, it's not bad. I mean, it took me a while to get used to. It is a kind of a weird position, but yeah. And there I just held it on the last one to give myself a little bit more time under tension, create a little bit more stress. Um, get a little and to get and to further the stimulation for the quadricep. Okay, now inclined. I got 110 on the bar. I do 12, and so once again next week I am bumping it up. Um, but yeah, but if you hit all 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 three workouts, then you've hit every muscle group 3 times a week. So even though you're only doing maybe 2 sets per workout, um, you're still getting 6 sets in for the entire week, and then that's really good, especially when you're older. If Okay, so based on my own experience and what I've researched, if you're, say, 14 to 24, I would recommend working out every other day, doing a full body workout every other day, kind of doing the same thing, two to three exercises per body part, but doing them for 3 sets each. Because you're younger, your body recovers better, you have better protein synthesis. So now I'm doing seated cable rows, and I like that attachment because it actually goes over my stomach, so I get a better stretch and a greater range of motion than with the standard closer grip attachment. But now for 25 to 43, I would recommend doing 3 full body workouts a week, taking a day, at least a day in between, but still doing 3 sets of each exercise. So 2 to 3 exercises per body part, 3 sets each. 44 to about 62, I'd recommend what I'm doing now. 3 times a week, now I'm doing the hammer lat pull downs. And as you see, I'm doing them behind the head. And I think doing the regular lat pull down and the hammer lat pull down, doing behind and in front, it just hits the muscle from different angles. And so it just gives the muscle more and different stimulation, which helps it get stronger and grow, in my opinion. But yeah, if you're 44 to 62, a full body workout 3 times a week, about 2 exercises per body part, and only 1 set each. Um, so I might now I'm doing this shoulder press. This one's really hard, and as you see, I'm doing it in front of the head, or in front of the neck, however you want to define it. This is super uncomfortable, and it puts a lot of stress on my right shoulder, which is where I have my most pain at. I don't like doing this exercise, but once I used to try to do it behind the neck while seated, but I kept hitting the uprights, so I just said to hell with it. And now I'm immediately going into seated side dumbbell raises. 15 pounds. Doing it seated, you don't get the momentum that you do standing up. So it puts more stress on the side delts. So, but as I was saying, I might be more inclined to do multiple sets at this point still, if there was a compelling reason to. I just haven't found one yet. At this age, when I do multiple sets, I find that my muscles and joints just hurt a heck of a lot more, and I can't risk an injury. So, and my strength is slowly starting to come back. So now I'm doing tricep bar, arm extensions. Some people call them skull crushers. I got 75 pounds there. Yeah, I have to do these seated because my ceiling's so low, so I can't do them standing because I just hit the ceiling before I get full range of motion. So I noticed that I'm a little off balance So I'm going lower on, it looked like on my left side. So that's something I'm going to have to work on. Now, rear delt raises are good, and I need to do more. I have very small rear delts, but I hate bending over to exercise. Um, I just I have trouble breathing in the bent over position. That's why I hate bent over rows. But you got to do them. So I'm experimenting with um, laying down on my bench. It's it's fine. I got 40 pounds, by the way. Um, it's fine, but I it's not high enough, so I gotta kind of like bend in and keep up to keep from hitting the floor with the dumbbells. All right, but it actually is more comfortable. I don't have a as hard time breathing. And finally, I'm winding up with preacher curls. 65, 65. Oh, 60. Yeah, 65 pounds on the bar. So with these, you really want to go slow on letting the weight down. It's very easy to snap a tendon if you let the weight drop too fast. You definitely want to keep this under control. And if you have trouble keeping it under control, drop the weight. Because if you snap a tendon, you're not going to be strong. You're not going to be anything. So, yeah. And I really, really, really like this new preacher curl attachment. Because it just has a place for your bar. And it's a wider pad. So it's just a lot more comfortable to use. And so that's it. I'm writing down my numbers in my notebook. And after that, I'm going to do 15 minutes on the elliptical. Once again, I'm not going to bore you with just recording me walking for 15 to 16 minutes on the elliptical. But yeah, that's it. That's how I work out now. Yeah, getting older sucks, but the only alternative is death. So, given those two options, I'd rather grow old than die, although I'm going to do that eventually anyhow. Um, but yeah, that's how my training has changed. And like I said, I've lost 56 pounds since January 1st of this year. I am very pleased with that. And yeah, I will see you next time. Take care, everybody. And remember, consult your physician before beginning any diet or exercise plan. Because idiots like me online don't know anything about you. They don't know your health concerns. So, later.